This video is kindly sponsored by Squarespace. Stay tuned to find out more. Hello everyone and welcome here. My name is Heather, aka Hayhay Crochet, and today I'm going to show you 3 different ways on how to make a granny square wall hanging like these behind me. They are very easy and beginner friendly. They are a great scrap yarn project if you're wanting to use up some leftover yarn, and they also make really good gifts. You can experiment with the different sizes and types of yarn you use. I used 100% acrylic for this one, 100% cotton for this one, and this one is a 50-50 mix, I think. I think it's 50% cotton and 50% acrylic. And this is a weight 3 DK yarn, and these other 2 are worsted weight. But before we start this video, we're going to talk real quick about this video's sponsor, Squarespace. From websites to online stores, Squarespace is an all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. With most of my audience here, I know that we crochet and or knit, and with that, I know a lot of us might want to take our talents to the next level, whether that be with selling our work, blogging, or portfolio building. Squarespace is a great place to start. You can open an online store and sell both physical and digital goods, from finished garments and plushies to downloadable PDF patterns if you're a pattern designer. Or you might want to go the crochet blog route, like myself. Squarespace has beautiful, professionally designed templates that can be customized to fit your style. Or maybe you want to create a portfolio website and showcase your work as a designer. You can create a portfolio that stands out and best displays your work. Whatever it is you might want to use your website for, Squarespace has the tools you need to start today. So if you're interested in creating a website with Squarespace, you can get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Just go to squarespace.com/hayhaycrochet or use the code hayhaycrochet at checkout. And thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, for our first granny square wall hanging, we're just going to make a basic granny square. These are the colors I chose. You can choose as many as you want. Starting with our first color, we are going to make a magic ring and then chain 3. And then we're going to work 2 double crochets into the ring, and this is our first cluster. The chain 3 at the beginning of every round counts as a stitch, so this is technically 3 double crochet. And then we're going to chain 2 and work 3 more double crochet into the ring. Oop. And then chain 2, work 3 more double crochet into the ring. And chain 2 and work your 3 last double crochet into the ring. And then close your magic ring, chain 2, and then I am going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 from the beginning, but instead of pulling this color through, I am going to pull a new color through to complete my slip stitch. So I like to pull everything tight. And then I turn my work working with my new color, and chain 3. Remember that this chain 3 counts as your first stitch, and then into this corner we're going to work 3 double crochet, chain 2, and then work 3 more double crochet. And then we're going to work into this next corner space. So I'm going to chain 1, then I'm going to work 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. And then just repeat in these last 2 corner spaces. In every corner space, you will work 2 double crochet clusters separated by a chain 2, and to move on to the next chain space, you will just chain 1. And again, we are going to slip stitch into the top chain 3 from the beginning of the round, and we're going to add our new color. And then we will turn our work, chain 3, and work 2 more double crochet into this chain space. You only work 1 double crochet cluster into the sides of your granny square, and you work 2 double crochet clusters separated by a chain 2 into the corners. And you always chain 1 to move on to the next chain space. And then we will slip stitch once again into the top of the chain 3, pull through our new color, turn our work, chain 3, and repeat what we have been doing with 1 double crochet cluster in all of these sides and 2 double crochet clusters separated by a chain 2 into all of the corners. And then once again, slip stitch. Now, when you have as many rows as you want, fasten off, and you will be done with your first granny square wall hanging. I did a total of 6 rows in 5 colors. Okay, to make our next wall hanging, we will start with the magic ring and chain 3, and then we will work 11 double crochet into the magic ring. And then, as earlier, we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 and pull through our new color. And then we will chain 3. Now, to make our petals, we are going to yarn over, insert our hook into that same chain 3 top chain, pick up a loop and pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, insert into that same stitch slash chain 3, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and you'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and then we're going to chain 1 and yarn over, work into that next stitch, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through all 4. And that's how we'll be making our petals. I'll show you one more time. So we're going to chain 1, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 4, and that's how you'll get your petals. Now repeat that all the way around until you have done that in all of the remaining stitches. Now you should have something like this. So you're going to chain 1 and then slip stitch into that the top of the chain 3 from the previous row. Get your new color and slip stitch to join your work. Now we will be turning our work. So turn, chain 3. We will be doing the normal granny square border around the flower. So to do that, in each of the gaps, we're going to do a normal double crochet cluster of 3, and the chain 3 always counts as your first stitch, but we will not be chaining 1 to go into the next chain space. So in this next chain space, we're going to do our first corner. So yarn over, work your 3 double crochet, then we're going to chain 2 and work 3 more double crochet into that same chain space. And then without chaining 1, we're going to work into the next chain space and make our 3 double crochet. And we will work 3 more double crochet into the next chain space. And we will work our next corner now. So 3 double crochet, chain 2, and then 3 double crochet. And we will just repeat that process until the end of the row. Now we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch of the row. We're going to do 1 more border around your granny square. So we will turn our work, chain 3, and just repeat a normal granny square all the way around. And now you will repeat this 2 more times until you have 3 of these flower granny squares total. Now I will show you how I join these together. This is how I will be seaming it and showing you today, but you can really seam them however you want. You can slip stitch them together, single crochet them together, use another sewing method that you want. This is just what I like. So we will be lining up our squares, and then I will be inserting my needle into only one of the loops. So the loop furthest from me, and then into the loop closest to me. So we're only going through 2 loops at a time. We're not going through the entire stitch. And then again, inserting it into the loop furthest from me, and then inserting it into the loop closest to me. Into the loop furthest, and then closest. it a little closer so you can see. We're inserting it into the loop furthest and then into the loop closest. Into the loop furthest, into the loop closest. And you just do that until you have seamed them all together. And that is it for the second wall hanging. Okay, for our third and final wall hanging, you will make a chain in multiples of 3 as long as you want. So you can make it as long or short as you want, as long as it is in multiples of 3. I will be chaining 36. After you have your chain, you will chain 2 extra chain for turning. So you will skip the first 2 chains and single crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook, and single crochet in each chain until the end of the chain. Now that that row is done, we will work on the next. This will be your first granny square stitch row. So you chain 3, this counts as a stitch. Yarn over and go into that first stitch and do a double crochet. And then we will skip the next 2 stitches and work into the next. And we will be working our 3 double crochet here. Again, skipping the next 2 stitches and working into the next. Skipping the next 2 stitches and working into the next. You will repeat that until the end. And at the end, you will skip these 2 stitches and work your double crochet into this chain from the previous row. And we'll work 2 into that, as we did for the beginning. Then we'll turn our work, chain 3, and work 3 double crochet into that space. Then work 3 double crochet into the next. And you will repeat that until the end. When you come to the end, you will work 1 double crochet into the top chain from the previous row. So you have 1 double crochet at the end and 1 double crochet at the beginning, because this chain 3 counts as 1 double crochet. For the next row will be very similar to this first one, and you will work 1 double crochet to the first stitch, leaving you with 2 double crochet, and then work 3 double crochet into every open space. Now we will work 2 double crochet into the top chain from the previous row. Now you will repeat rows 3 and 4 until your wall hanging is to its desired length. Okay, I ended up with a total of 25 rows. And next I will show you how I block these. Okay, after I finished all of my wall hangings, I now have pinned them onto my blocking boards. But if you do not have blocking boards, you can easily just submerge these in water and wring them out and then just lay them as flat and straight as you can. But I'm just going to use a water bottle and spray them. And then I will just let them dry overnight and finish them up in the morning. Okay, next we will attach our wall hanging. And if you made like a smaller wall hanging, you could use like a pencil or something else to attach your tapestry to the dowel. But this is how I do it. I cut off a pretty long piece of yarn for attaching. Now I'm just going to find the end, come in from behind, and pull through and leave a little string back here. And I'm going to attach this and then continue on to the next stitch. So I'm coming in from behind, going through that next stitch and pulling it through. And then going around from behind and pulling it around from behind I'll show you one more time. So go around. And then you just repeat that until the end. And when you are done attaching the entire tapestry to the dowel, I just pull tight and then I just make a few knots so it'll stay secure. Next, I'm going to show you how to add tassels to the bottom if you want to do that. To make these tassels, you will insert your hook from the back, fold your piece of yarn, and pull it through, and then pull it through. Show you again. Grab your piece of yarn, insert your hook from the back, pull it through, and then pull it through. And when you're done with your tassels, if they're uneven, you can just cut them across and even them out. Now you'll need to attach your string, which you will hang this up with. So I just cut a piece of yarn and I'm just going to tie it right to the dowel. And now you're done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. And if you want to stay up to date with more tutorials and videos I come out with, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!